Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Cats. This is Crypto Charts live today on Wednesday. It is November the 5th, 2025, and we are going to be digging into some of the charts today. Of course, it's been huge red days over the past week. So we're going to be looking at Bitcoin specifically. Is now a buy opportunity? Should we wait? What's getting ready to happen? We may look at some other things as well, but we're just going to peruse through the charts together, and we're going to do that. I'm going to kind of give some people a little bit of time to get on here, make sure that everything is squared away. This is the first live that we have done on this particular channel. Now, I go live on my main channel. I have a ministry and a ministry channel that I go live each and every week, but this is the first time that we are doing the live here. And so just make sure, okay, everything looks good. So let's get right into the charts here today. As you can see behind me, we've got the Bitcoin daily chart, and as you can see, we're finally green so far today. It's about almost 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, the time of this live stream. But you can see we have a different look going on today. We have some Christmas collars going on since it's the holiday time now. It's no longer just red. We've got a little bit of green here. This is the daily chart. Now, as you can see here, obviously, we have got a level of support that is being held up here. Let me pull over here, pull out a little bit. And on this level of support here at 99,000, right close to 100,000, today it jetted right up from that and is giving us another level of support here at 101. And so now we've been sitting for most of the day here around the 102, 103 range. Now, first of all, I'm going to tell you this, that we don't have a strong enough signal right now to start buying this thing back up just yet, because this is just a recovery period right now. Listen, guys, we could easily go straight back down tomorrow and hit that $87,000 level like we talked about yesterday. It's still on the table. I hate to tell you, but it's still on the table. So we don't have enough confirmation yet, and I'm pulling out on the chart here, as you can see. We don't have quite enough confirmation yet. We're still in the woods in this whole bit right here. Now look at the volume as well on the daily chart. This is something that we need to pay attention to. Yesterday, huge volume on the red candle here, as you can see. I mean, massive volume. Now today, so far, it's only about half that. Now, it's only about 4 o'clock, like I said here, Eastern time, so we still got some time. Some volume could come in, but the way it stands right now, this just looks like a bounce up at the moment. If I were to guess right now what Bitcoin we're going to do just by looking at the dailies, and we'll look at the 4 hourly chart here in just a minute. But if I were going to guess right now, I'm going to say this is a level of support that's going to be respected right in there at the 101 range, 101,000. That's probably going to be a respected level. And what you're probably going to see is some consolidation, either overnight or even into tomorrow. We're probably going to see a bounce back down, in my opinion. And we may see a little bit of bouncing back up. You may even see at some point a little bit of rise above. I could even see a topping tail happening over the next few days and into the weekend, where we have a candlestick that looks like this and comes back down to these levels. So we're kind of looking right in here as a level of consolidation before it makes a decision on where to go. So if I were trading this, I'm still not ready to make a trade yet, especially just by looking at the daily candlestick chart. There's not enough confirmation there to show us anything really. So let's take a look at the 4-hour chart on Bitcoin, and we'll look at some other cryptocurrencies. By the way, if anyone's watching live and you'd like to chat with us on there, give us a shout on the chat. Okay, so let's look here at the 4-hourly. All right, so here's the 4-hour. And scoot this over a little bit. Okay. So this is what it looks like on the 4-hour candle. As you can see, what's happened here is we've been going red, red, consolidated, red, 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 down, down, down. All of a sudden, we've got really a hammer right here, which is a bullish reversal. Whoops, try that again. A bullish reversal right here. Guys, you see that it went down, but it came right back up and stayed in that 4-hour time period. And then we had a little bit of confirmation this morning. Right here, we had another pattern that actually overtook the last green candlestick. So intraday charts, this is bullish for sure, and had some consolidation. Then look, over the last over the last 8 hours, we saw it create a new intraday high here and a pretty full green candlestick at that. And now the last few hours, it's been just consolidating right in here and kind of sitting at that 103, 103 and a half level. So what does that mean for traders? Well, if you're an intraday trader, you could have taken a trade right here on the confirmation of this right here. And let's see, what is that? I'm trying to see. That would have been right at about 101. There you could have taken a trade and made some profit so far on it. But now, if you're going long on this thing and over the long haul, we're still waiting to see absolute confirmation on this. So crypto today is up a little bit, but not really a strong enough confirmation on anything. Not enough volume, as you can see down here, to really constitute anything major. Really, in looking at the totality of the charts, we made a little bit of a pushback up, but we're still waiting to see what happens. If I were to guess, you guys, I'm looking over the next few days, probably into next week, before we really get much of a confirmation. Now, I could be wrong. We could jet one way or the other, by tomorrow or even by tonight. But the way that things are looking right now, levels are being respected on the way back up. All of these support and resistance levels are being respected. You're probably going to see something right in here at, what is that? Move this out of the way so I can see. At the 106, yeah, so like 106, 105, somewhere right in there, you're probably going to see some resistance. So you could even see a few $1,000 increase, but probably respecting that level right there and going through a little bit of mud. Now, here's something though that you need to pay attention to. This is the SMA on the 50 interval. And so since we are here on the 4-hour chart, let's go back to something important here that I talked about yesterday. Let's go to the weekly chart. All right, so this is significant. As you remember me talking to you yesterday on yesterday's video about this 50-week moving average that we see here by this yellow line, represented by the yellow line coming up right there, as you can see. Now, yesterday, it had fallen below that line for the week, and it was pretty well, as you can see, below that line. And that was the first time since April of 2023 that we had a weekly candlestick with the SM that fell below the SMA of the 50-week interval. So, first time the full body was down there. However, now it's above that. So that's good news, guys. If it can hold above this line right here, the 103 line where that SMA 50 is at, that's bullish. That tells us that we're probably still in a bull market. Things are going to be looking up soon, and it was just a pullback. And so something that you've got to understand with anything, with crypto, stocks, any type of assets like that, that it's never going to stay in one place all the time, right? So if it's down, it's going to go back up at some point. There's going to be a bounce. If it's going up at some point, there's going to be a pullback. And so don't ever get so euphoric on this stuff that, oh my goodness, Bitcoin is at 130,000 when it gets to that point. And it's never going back down ever again. Oh, come on. In order for it to go up, it's got to go back down at some point. There's that pressure that's going to be there. And some people are going to sell. They're going to take profit at some point, and that's going to cause your assets, obviously, to go back down. But that creates buying opportunities for new people to get in, so that will create pressure for the stock or the cryptocurrency, whatever the asset is, to go back up. So these pullbacks are not necessarily a bad thing. So we've got to stop looking at it like, okay, it's all bad. You know, obviously, for some traders, it is bad. Some people, you know, were leverage trading. Think about that right up here at 110. Some of them were leverage trading, you know, last week, 118, you know, in those levels. And they got liquidated. And that's really bad for them, obviously. It's the way things go in trading. But it's not all bad, because there's opportunities. And like I've been saying over the past week, right now is a time that you get these, that you get Bitcoin and a lot of altcoins at discounted prices. Think of it like you're going into a car lot, or you're going into, negotiate the price on a product somewhere. And you don't want to just pick out a car on the lot and say, okay, what's the sticker price on that? $53,000? Okay, I'll take it right now. No, you want to get a good deal on it, right? You want to get it at the lowest price possible. It's the same thing with Bitcoin or any currency, any asset. You want to get the best price possible. Well, right now, the best price possible is in play here. I mean, you've got $103,000 for Bitcoin right now. Anywhere between there and probably 87 to 90,000 is a really good price that you're going to be able to get to. So let me tell you this: if you are brand new to the crypto market, if you're brand new to this stuff, and you don't know what to do, you've never bought, you never sold, you don't know how to trade, start with Coinbase. All right, just buy some Bitcoin on Coinbase, and right now would be a great time to do just that. You're not leverage trading, you're not doing anything fancy. You're just literally buying an asset on Coinbase. And I would recommend, if you're going to do that, the simplest thing to do is buy some Bitcoin. It would be a great price even to do it today. And just so happens that if you're buying and you're using Coinbase, you can use our referral link. I will post it after we're done with the live here. I'll post that referral link in the description of this video, and you can get some cash back if you use my referral link on there. And so, like I said, download it, create your account. It's super easy, and then just deposit some money in there, and then just buy Bitcoin at 103,000. You know you're going to make money. You guys, you know you're going to make money doing that. All right, you absolutely know that it's going to come back up. Even if it goes down temporarily, it's going to go back up, and you can make money. And so, and that's true probably with a lot of altcoins right now even. Let's take a look at something super interesting here. And I'm doing this in real time, so I don't even know the price of some of this right now. Let's take a look at Dash. This is something that was crazy. That's the one I want. All right, so, wow, Dash, look at this. Trading at $106.92 right now. Are you kidding me? Let's go to the daily chart on this thing. It's breaking out. It's down a little bit today, a little bit of a pullback here. But my goodness, I mean, this thing got up to $149, almost $150 yesterday from the normal pattern, which was about $22, which it's been that for a long time. Let's see how long it was. Let's see, 20s, you're in your 20s here. All right, this was February that it was $25. It's pretty much come down and stayed in this range since February of this year. And that was the end of the second cycle. Look, this is the triple cycle breakout that's happened. Absolute insanity going on with Dash right now. And so, now, would right now be a good time to buy Dash? I don't know about that. Probably not. Because look, you already have this big long wick at the top here, and then you have a red candlestick afterwards. That's a pretty bearish signal right now. So this thing could come back even pretty sharply. So I wouldn't be trading it up here, but it is really interesting, and it's something positive amidst all of the not positive stuff that's been going on in the markets. Let's take a look at something else. We've been talking about XRP. XRP, man, it was in the dumpster pile. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the market cap one. Thought I hit the right one. I guess okay, there we go. All right, so XRP trading up a little bit today, up about 6.5% on the day at $2.34. And it may be coming out, if it can close at the end of day, up here at 237. See what's the high of this candle. About 235. Yeah, if it can close up there pretty well above that, 237 or even more, then it could be reversing, taking a little bit of a reversal there. And that might be a good price to catch something on XRP. But guys, look, you know, things like this, they're going to follow Bitcoin. It's all pegged to Bitcoin. So with XRP or any of these altcoins, if you just follow Bitcoin, it's kind of going to show you the way for the most part. Let's take a look What's Ethereum doing here? All right. So Ethereum, really similar to Bitcoin chart, the way that it looked over the past few days. Once again, we're showing on the daily chart that it's below the 50-day moving average, simple moving average. And it's trading right now at $34.32, $3,432. It's doing, look at this pattern, you guys. It's almost looks like an identical candlestick. Right there at the bottom. You have the two wicks at the bottom. We just saw that with Bitcoin. So the major ones are kind of showing the same thing, the same patterns here. It's a little bit of a revival up, but will that stick or will it crash through this level and come on back down? It's really up in the air right now, guys. It's pretty volatile. Got a lot of volatile stuff going on right now. You know, thankfully today we get a little bit of a break on the red stuff, but I don't know. It could very well crash through that by the weekend, and we could see some really low numbers on Ethereum. I'm telling you guys, if it ends up crashing through that, you got a $3,000 level, basically a $3,059 level. If Ethereum crashes through that, we're going back down to 2,500 more than likely at this resistance, or this support level rather. And that's pretty rough. And Bitcoin probably going to go back down to the $87 level as well. So it's an interesting time right now. It's an interesting market. And let me go back to the Bitcoin chart. By the way, guys, if you haven't yet, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, do all that kind of stuff, so you know when we go live or drop new content. All right, here we're back on Bitcoin. Big things coming for this channel, for sure. All right, we're back on the daily chart here. Yeah. All right, so just kind of pointing out, once again, Ethereum looked very similar to this. We're looking at these patterns and everything. Now, this has also come back to a level that's on the Fibonacci retracement level at this 103 level right here. It's just touching that green line there, as you can see. And what's interesting about that, it seems to be respecting that level pretty well. But that tells me something. In my gut, that tells me if it has a hard time pressing past that level on the daily chart, I've got a feeling that by tomorrow, that level is going to show us a bounce back down. That's my sentiment over the next couple of days. I could be wrong, like I said. Maybe we'll get some bullish news somewhere. Maybe something will happen. You never know. But just looking at the chart and the weakness of the volume, you might say, well, that's quite a bit of volume. Well, look, the day before was just a huge, huge red candle in volume. And this is, so far, it's only half of that. Like I said, we've still got several hours in the day to go, but I just am having a hard time seeing it overtake that level of volume enough to push that green candlestick up. So intraday, things looked great. Short term, things are not looking real great. Long term, we're still okay. That's my sentiment on it. So I did see that we had several people watching, and so appreciate everyone watching today. Stay tuned, you guys, because we've got a lot of great things that are coming up on this channel. And make sure, like I said, you ring the notification bell, do all that fun stuff for sure. But I'm excited for the possibilities. Make sure you follow us on X as well at CryptoCats_real, REAL. And I will put the link to that in the description as well. You can follow us, follow our analysis, all that good stuff. We try to go live periodically. We'll upload some videos. I've got a video in mind coming up that I think you'll find interesting. Some of you who have been taught your entire lives, you know, just put money in the bank. Just create a savings account, open a savings account rather, and stuff it all in there, and then you're going to be able to pull out of there 30 years from now another $2,000 maybe, you know, if you're lucky. And so I've got another perspective on that, because there is a cryptocurrency out there that very well is much better than stuffing all of your money in a savings account that does nothing but gives the banks play money. The banks are playing with your money. But with this particular cryptocurrency that I'm thinking about doing a video on, this is going to earn you so much more interest on your investment. Plus, you have the opportunity, when you stake it, to earn money on your capital gains. So, really interesting. Thinking about doing that. Let us know in the comments if you want to see a video like that. All right, so I'm going to get off here today. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, God bless. Have a great day.